Live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Dibbler. Thank you for joining us. We are live streaming here across Fox 12 Oregon's platforms, but I definitely recommend downloading the Fox 12 app. Great way to watch this show and everything else. On this segment, we are going to be talking about Summer of the Shark, the second annual event at the Crystal Ballroom, brought to you by Oregon State University's Big Fish Lab. So here's what's going to be going on at this thing. For a brief description, it's going to be all about sharks, obviously, since Shark Week is coming up, 50th anniversary of Jaws is coming up. They want to celebrate that and also help educate the public about sharks. So there's going to be all kinds of different exhibits, including, though, the big thing that's going to be happening is they will be dissecting a shark live on stage. We're going to get into this and discuss all of the things involved with this. We've got Dr. Alex McInturf from OSU who joins us. This is an interview I had earlier today while she was on the road heading to Oregon for this event. She was out in the field doing some studying, doing some shark research, but we were able to catch up with her and just find out a little bit more about the event and why it's so important to get this information out there for everybody and why they're going to be dissecting a shark in front of a whole crowd. So here we go. Alex, thank you for having time to join us. You know, I want to talk all about this event that's coming up here at Crystal Ballroom and dissecting a shark and everything that goes on with that. But I think to start off, just for everybody, I mean, they can't help but notice the background of where you're at right now. Like, can you tell us, you know, where you're at out in the field right now?
Sure. I am currently tuning in from Southern California. We've been here for the last week studying white sharks.
Wow. And so tell us about, you know, what you do there for the OSU Big Fish Lab. You're a research scientist, but they're at OSU for this field.
Sure. At OSU's Big Fish Lab, we study a variety of different species. We primarily focus on the 15 shark species we find in Oregon. We're really interested in everything from behavior to reproduction to movement and distribution. But of course, sharks don't recognize state boundaries, so often our work takes us elsewhere, like to sunny California as well.
Nice. And so going around chasing sharks, I got to ask, you know, just on a personal level, what is it that drew you into wanting to study sharks?
I get that question a lot because I'm originally from Cincinnati, Ohio. But I think what was really impactful for me was actually a little bit of fear and the mystery surrounding the ocean growing up. Mm-hmm. I think I didn't quite know what was going on in there, and I think that's true for a lot of people. And so the best way that I could kind of deal with this feeling of overwhelming, you know, interest was to learn more about the species there. And I think some trips to, you know, Florida growing up corresponded with Shark Week and, you know, seeing sharks in the media. And so, of course, it was a perfect storm for a 12-year-old who was really interested in studying animals.
Nice. Well, I mean, obviously working out pretty well. So tell us about, you know, if you can, this event that's happening in Crystal Ballroom tomorrow. Like, how did this all get started?
Yeah, we're so excited to be partnering with McMenamins for this second annual Summer of the Shark event. We started it last year and it was hugely successful. A big goal of ours in the Big Fish Lab is to bring shark science to as many people as possible, and that does start in Oregon. So this event will be happening in Portland. And what we're going to be doing essentially is bringing in a shark that died of natural causes. We're going to talk a little bit about our work. I'll be giving that talk, and then we're going to literally deep dive into a shark. We're going to essentially work up the shark the same way we would if we were going through a scientific process, doing a necropsy, and we're going to let the audience be part of that too. So they're literally going to get to see science in action, which is always very exciting.
Getting to see a shark dissected, yeah, and analyzed there live on stage. So what was the reaction like when you did this last year? Because you said this is the second annual one.
You know, I think a lot of people are fascinated, even a little afraid, obviously, of sharks. They don't have the best PR. But I think when people see just how cool and diverse these animals are, I mean, this year, tomorrow, we'll be dissecting a blue shark, but we do these events quite frequently, and we do try to feature different shark species so that people can learn that there's far more out there than just the white sharks we think about. And I've noticed that particularly the younger member of our audiences, they get really, really excited about this. They like to be able to come up, we let them touch the shark. They have a really good time starting to learn really what a shark is, something that's often not portrayed in the popular media.
Yeah, and it's something, you know, that a lot of people don't have access to. I mean, you're out there seeing them all the time, but for us, you know, it's mostly seeing it on television, you know, quite honestly. So yeah, probably getting that actual physical touch and actually seeing something in person, that visceral reaction to it. For people in Oregon, you mentioned the different species of sharks. What is the most common species of shark that people end up interacting with in Oregon, I guess off the coast?
Off the coast of Oregon, we have a few different shark species that people, probably encounter. And one of them, again, perhaps the most common, is the blue shark that we will be dissecting tomorrow. They're a beautiful blue color. That's where their name comes from. They're not super big sharks. We're talking like 6 to 10 feet in length, maybe up to 13 for the biggest specimens. Those are the ones that people will often encounter. But also during the summer months, we do get some sharks washing ashore in Oregon that have died of various causes. And one of the most common forms of stranded sharks we find are salmon sharks. And those look like fun-sized white sharks. They're little white sharks, essentially. They're very closely related to white sharks. So if people are walking the beaches in the summer in Oregon or Washington, we would love to get our hands on some of these specimens. So do give us a call because we can use them for educational events like we're doing tomorrow. And they are an important part of our research program.
Nice. Well, for this event tomorrow, what do you think is the most important thing that you'd like people to walk away with learning about sharks from this event?
I'm really excited about tomorrow's event, and I've been thinking about it all week because it's the 50th anniversary of the movie Jaws. And so we're going to take a deep dive into what the movie got right and what the movie got wrong, and really the current threats that these sharks are facing today. That will be the theme of tomorrow night, and I'm really excited for people to see it.
I love that. So what Jaws got right and what Jaws got wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
How many times have you seen Jaws?
I have seen Jaws probably a handful of times, and usually it's with people who want to watch it with me and ask me questions. And you know what? The movie is iconic, but there are so few pieces of media that have had the same impact on wildlife as Jaws has had on sharks. I think a lot of people still picture Jaws or hear the music when they're seeing images of sharks, and that has caused huge issues in terms of public support for conservation. So that's something that we're hoping to tackle tomorrow.
Gotcha. Some of the good things, but also the bad things that come along with
exactly.
that. Right on. Well, Alex, thank you, for having time to talk to us just about this. I mean, it's fascinating work that you're doing, and really great, that you're getting this out there to more people for this event, second annual one, dissecting a shark live on stage. That's a pretty cool tagline right there for an event, no matter what. So, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and I hope to see people tomorrow.
All right. And that was Dr. Alex McInturf there, who joined us for that segment. So really appreciate her being a part of that, and Oregon State University for setting all of this up, and for the Big Fish Lab for that event going on at Crystal Ballroom. That's on Tuesday of this week. Tuesday, July 15th is when you can join in on that. All right, we've got lots here at Fox 12 Now that we cover, but we appreciate everybody who joins us, and feel free to send me an email, fox12now@kptv.com, if you have an idea for a segment or something that you would like to see covered, something, like having Dr. Alex McInturf on here. We appreciate that, but anything else that you can think of, feel free to send an email. I'll see what we can do. And that's it for right now, though. If there's breaking news between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m., remember, this is the place to go. That Fox 12 Oregon app is a great way to get notified, and we will get that to you should that occur. But right now, I'm taking a break. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now.